Today I'm going to be showing you a brand new seed starting method that's been taking social media by storm, and we're going to find out if it is in fact the next biggest thing. Only time will show. This method of seed starting is known as the snail method. Now, I'll be honest, when I first saw this all over my social media feeds, I thought, okay, this is a gimmick. This is going to be here one day and gone the next. And that might be true. But the more I thought about it and the more I watched people using it and getting results with it, I thought, this is really something that maybe I should talk about. Not because I think it's going to be the end-all be-all method, but because gardening is not a one-size-fits-all solution. It would actually be very anti my messaging when I say gardening is not a one-size-fits-all solution. What works for me might not work for you. And I always have prided myself in talking about these different seed starting and gardening methods simply because there's something out there for everybody. I decided that I would talk about this, and I'm really excited about it because, I do think it does have some merit. Now, the whole idea behind the snail method is essentially using a piece of plastic or non-biodegradable material that roots cannot penetrate and rolling up soil into a snail shell, if you will, and then planting seeds in that. I think of it more, I would call it the sushi method if I'm being honest, but I'm not the inventor of it. I also don't know who invented it, and I think it's kind of clever no matter what. And you're just basically taking a piece of plastic. Now I had some sheets of bubble wrap laying around, and we're going to cut a strip that's about 4 to 5 inches long, or wide, I should say. Now we've cut this down, it's about 2 feet long and about 5 inches wide. We're going to simply lay it flat like this. I've got a couple of them. And all we're going to do is we're going to take some pre-moistened seed starting mix and put it right on top. Now, with bubble wrap, there's a textured side and a flat side. We're going to go textured side down or flat side up because we want the inside to be nice and smooth. And it's essentially going to sandwich our seedlings in between the 2 layers of plastic, allowing us at a later time to separate them. It's really ingenious. It's actually pretty remarkable. Like I said, I don't know if this is going to be the seed starting method of choice for everyone. I personally, the jury's out for me. I've seen it. I think it's very smart, but I don't know. So now we got our seed starting mix put down here. All we're going to do is we're going to roll. As we are rolling, we are picking up that maybe 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch layer of seed starting mix in between the plastic. We're rolling that up, and then got ourselves a nice little roll of mix. Now, you want to kind of flick this stuff off the top here to expose the different layers. There we go, just like that. That's the next stage. Flick it off like that. And now we're going to take some rubber bands. And we're going to take rubber bands and we're going to secure the plastic just like that. I'm going to use 2 just to hold it in place. Perfect. And now what we're going to do is we're going to replicate that 3 more times. Again, we're going to take our sheet of bubble wrap here, about 2 feet long, 5 inches wide, and we are going to pack on and compress. It's kind of important too, is pressing this down. About a 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch of seed starting mix on top, just like that. Roll it up. Gotta find our sheet here. Roll it, creating our roll of seed starting mix. Take it, I'm gonna take it from this side, a little bit easier. Brush it off to expose the layers, just like that. We're gonna take our rubber bands, stretch some rubber bands over top to secure it in place so that it's not coming apart. There's 1, there's 2, there you go. Now it's time to start some seeds. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our seeds and we are simply going to not worry about very much spacing. We're going to sprinkle them into our hand, take them, and we're going to simply put them, I don't know, tomato seeds, about 1 or 2 seeds every inch or so. And this allows us to start way more seeds in a smaller area. Just trying to get some good spacing there, because as these grow up, then what is going to happen is we are going to be able to unroll them once the tomato plants start to grow. We're gonna cover them up with some soil, just like that. We're gonna water that in, just keep it damp until they start to germinate. At that point, you can bottom water, or you can choose to continue to mist. As the plants grow, we're going to take off the rubber bands. We're going to unravel them at the point when the roots have fully moved down through the soil. At that point, the soil will be nice and compacted around the roots, really, so it's not going to fall all over the place. And then we simply just take the plants once they're unraveled, and we're going to remove them. We can either transplant them to a larger container or right into the garden. That is why I think this method is worth showing you, because it actually allows you to grow quite a few plants in a smaller area. Yes, there's a little bit of room for error. Yes, you may not be someone that likes to use plastic in your seed starting. However, it's a method that I think is really cool, and I personally really like it. So look, I don't know if this is the next best seed starting method. I know that it's certainly really popular, and like I said, I think it has merit. Is it going to be a method that I turn to all the time? I don't know that either. I personally really like starting my seeds in trays. That's just my personal opinion at this point in time. But if you've been watching this channel for any length of time, you'll know that I'm also on the record as saying that I like something until I find something better. So, my seed starting trays of choice are my 128 cell trays. These are like my baby. I absolutely love this method. I like the depth. I like the compact nature of it. I'm still getting about 128 plants, give or take. I might be getting something similar to that with the snail method, maybe a few more than that. But at this point, I don't need to necessarily unravel this. I just simply take them out when they're ready, move them into a 3-inch pot or into a slightly larger pot, 6-inch pot, or right out into the garden if I want to. This I have to unravel. At that point, I have to do something with them. There is the risk of damaging, but those are all inherent no matter what you do. You can damage seedlings even with 128 cell trays. It's very simple to do. And so, like I said, I don't know if this is my seed starting method of choice, but I absolutely had to show it to you simply to give you another option to start seeds and just show you what's out there. So I want to thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments box down below if this method is your method of choice, if you're going to try this method, or if you think it's a fad. I'm curious. So let's have some good dialogue down in the comments box down below. And if you did enjoy, above all things, make sure to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and the biggest reason why you want to subscribe is because we're just getting started with the growing season, and we have so many more videos, tutorials, how-tos, everything, garden tours. It's going to be a great year, and I can't wait to have you along for the ride. So thank you all so much for watching, and as always, this is Luke from the MIgardener channel, reminding you to grow bigger. Take care. Bye. Hey, thank you so much for watching today's video. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed, consider clicking this one. You'll probably enjoy it just as much. I want to thank you for your viewership, because without it, this channel would not be as amazing as it is. Also, if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. It's free, and we upload videos every Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. We also have vegetable seeds, fertilizer, or tools. If you need any of those, consider visiting MIgardener.com. Links will be in the description box below. We've got you covered. And as always, we'll see you all in the garden. Take care. Bye.